Hello. If you know Acura, you'll definitely know them for their best-selling vehicle, their midsize SUV, the MDX, which stands for multi-dimensional luxury. Now the MDX, it's on its 4th generation, but instead, why don't we go ahead and take a look back, 10 years back, to see how much Acura has really evolved in their vehicles. This is the 2012 Acura MDX. Hello everybody. Today, we'll be filming this 2012 Acura MDX with the technology and entertainment package. Now approaching the MDX to start it up, you do have your Honda Acura switchblade key with your lock, your unlock, your trunk, and your panic. Key feels really good in your hands and is the perfect size. Now, the MDX never had push button or smart key access on this generation. Nice chrome running boards with your chrome door handles. Now let's look at the MDX's first impressions. Accompanied with this polished Acura ebony wood trim, your soft touch materials across the dash, your leather across the interior, and your buttons, the interior of the MDX definitely does make a good first impression and does not disappoint. Now, step and height is pretty much on par with the mid-sized luxury SUV category. Now let's go ahead and start it up. Now when key is inserted, the steering wheel does automatically adjust to the driver's memory position. Amazing sound. Now, let's go ahead and check out our exterior features. Let's also pop the hood as well. Now, this MDX is finished off in a crystal black pearl exterior, and you have your running boards along the side as well. And coming to your rims, they are your 255, 55, or 18-inch wheels. They are 5-spoke and they do have a silver insert in the spokes. Your brake rotors and calipers. Now your MDX lighting consists of bi-xenon projector headlights with halogens, as well as your fog lamps and daytime running lamps down below. Here you have your Acura's Power Plenum grille, adopted from models such as the TXX and TL, and the front end of the Acura does look very subtle. Side profile wise, the MDX is very rounded, and you have LED indicators on your mirrors. Roof racks, as well as your chrome door handles. Your rear tail lamps, which are LEDs, and your halogen turn signal. Dual chrome exhaust tips with your tow hitch. Here you have your super handling all-wheel drive, followed by your MDX badging above it. The rear end of the MDX does also look very subtle. Nothing really stands out, it just does the job right. Has a great array of exterior technology. And even though it's subtle, it does have a really elegant look. So now let's pop the hood to see what the MDX is running on. The MDX runs on the J37 powered by Honda 3.7 liter V6, which produces 300 horsepower and 270 foot-pounds of torque. Now, it gets its 4,500-pound vehicle to 60 in about 6.8 seconds. It is paired with 6-speed automatic with sequential sport shift, replacing the 5-speed automatic from 2007 through 2009. The J37 is a really dependable and reliable motor. Now, the MDX's exterior does not disappoint, but how about the interior? So, talking about materials, you do have your soft touch materials under there, and your leather carrying out with your satin silver trim, followed by that ebony wood with hard touch on the bottom. Now, you do have your automatic one touch on your driver and passenger windows with your window controls, your memory seating, your fuel cap release, and your trunk release. Here, we have our 10-way adjustable driver's seat with 2-way lumbar support. Now, here is your seat design. It is very wide and feels really comfortable and plush. The leather seems very high quality and durable with nice side bolstering. Shutting the door, it sounds extremely solid. And your materials across the dash consist of your wood, your soft touch materials, and more wood carrying throughout the center console. And I really do like that silver plastic trim piece, which does feel higher quality. And you have your leather padded center armrest with your hard touch glove box and plastics carrying out through your main dash. The MDX interior does have really decent materials. Now, coming to your left hand side, you do have your mirror controls, your traction control off, and your parking brake release. Here you have your headlights and fog lights and turn signal controls with your electric tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And over to your right, you do have your wiper controls, which are automatic and intermittent. Now, coming to your steering wheel, it is a 3-spoke design, and I do like the silver trim along the steering wheel. It is a 3-spoke, and your buttons do consist of your voice command, Bluetooth, multimedia, cruise controls, and gauge controls. Now, coming to the gauges, I really do like these. They're very legible and easy to read, and everything's easy to access. Now, coming to the steering wheel again, by pushing this info, you can look at things such as your tire pressure, your keyless memory settings, nothing at all, your trip computer, or back to your super handling all-wheel drive meter. You can also look at your outside temperature and your mileage. You have your side extensions as well, and the steering is the perfect weight, not too heavy like the Beamer, and not too light like a Lexus. It's just perfect. You have paddle shifters on the back of your steering wheel, and also you have your cruise control buttons as well, where you can increase or decrease your speed. Now, let's look at your Acura Link. Now, this is an 8-inch system controlled by this Honda joystick right here. The system has really good graphics and is simple and easy to use once you get the hang of it. Here you have your menu, and you can look at your navigation and your previous destinations. You can input an address, which is really easy to use, just letter by letter. It also has a really good response time, and you can look at your options on your screen. There are also shortcut buttons surrounding the Acura Link. You can push cancel, and it goes back to your map. And the map's not the best graphics, but it does the job well. You can also look at your traffic list. You can also see your weather info, and you can look at your weather forecast for your current position or your city vicinity, and your 1 day or 3 day forecast. As you can see, it's gonna be a good day. Now going back, you can also look at your find nearest destinations or points of interest or your map information. Now here's your info. You can look at your calendar for say, if you want. You can also look at your scenic road information, which I believe it finds random places that are interesting in any of these territories or states. Your roadside assistance, your calculator if you want to ask your kids math questions. I don't really get the point of a calculator, but hey, it's there in case you want to. There's also an automotive calculator. Back to your menu. Now, why don't we listen to your Acura's 410 watt 10 speaker ELS system. So, let's turn it on. Now, that's not a bad sound system at all. It has a really decent bass and treble. Here are your climate controls here. They are dual zone. There's a zone in the rear, so it's a tri-zone climate control. You have your buttons alongside, and you can switch it from dual to single so you can sync your temperature. You have your modes right here you can choose from, your air recirculation, your rear climate controls, front and rear defrost with your heated mirrors, your automatic climate control, or you can just turn it off. Here we have your audio controls. You have your AM, FM, XM. You need a subscription to look at that weather. Your CD, which is 6 discs, your USB aux, your HDD, and here's your Acura joystick. Now pushing that button in, you can look at your information like your bass, your treble, your fader, your balance, your center, your subwoofer, and with this DVD you have your Dolby Vision. Here you have your power outlet, and you have that little cubby right there, and your 2 big cup holders, and your heated seat controls, which Honda has been using a while, and they're still using that same switch now. Here's your center console, decently sized, double story. Now let's talk about our transmission. 6-speed sequential sport shift. So if you put your mirror control to the left, when you shift into reverse, your left mirror does fold down. And let's talk about the rear view camera. It's not a bad resolution at all, especially for 2011. Guidance lines don't turn when you turn the steering wheel, which is kind of a downfall. And I like this view, which is good for towing, your top-down view, and your wide-angle view, which is good for parallel parking or looking for oncoming traffic, and your normal view. Guidance lines are really clean and stay out of your way. As you can see, shows your shift and what gear you're in your gauges. Now if you shift your mirror to the right when you shift it into reverse, as you can see, now it's to the right, your right mirror does go down and the left doesn't. It can definitely help in a tighter space. Leather wrap shift knob right here, and when you shift the vehicle into sport mode, your panel shifters are now accessible. You can only shift to second gear because of course we're stationary at the moment. Shift it back into park, and this is a very satisfying shifter as well. Up top you have the same sunglass holder from our 98 Accord. You'll have your garage home link and 2 LED illumination lightings, your sunroof controls, your glove box, which is on the smaller side, MDX floor mats, and here's your sunroof shade. Just open it and it reveals your single sunroof. And there's your visor mirror with illumination. Now the business seat of the MDX surely is superb. So now let's open the door and check out the rear seat of this MDX. Now moving into the rear seat of the MDX, the quality does not end here. You still have the same exact materials on your door panel. And by pulling this, your seats can recline. Stepping in, you have a pocket right there. And you have this nice center armrest with your cup holder. Here we have our wood trim still and our 2 air vents with your last zone of climate control. Nice how they have heated seats for passengers, and Honda lets you change the temperature to about 57 degrees. Your modes, and you have your fan speed right here and your auto. Now up top you have your rear entertainment system. Let's turn this on. We'll drop down. It's just a single screen. It's a 9-inch Dolby Vision surround sound controlled, and you can control it with this remote. You can turn it on. It's in color, and it does have a pretty good resolution. Really good for kids on longer drives. You can also control your audio with that remote as well. As you can see, you can turn it off, you can control your setup, etc. Pretty good rear entertainment system. You can even tilt the rear entertainment system at your designated angle in which you like. Now, fold it up. Down here, you do have your sources. And with enough said, let's go ahead and move on to the third row. So, to access the third row, you just have to pull a lever. And here's what it looks like from the rear. It's definitely not the biggest, of course. It's not an Odyssey minivan. But it is bigger than a Highlander, that's for sure. You do have some nice storage with a cup holder. And now let's put the seat up. I'm 5'1", and it's definitely not bad. I could sit here for a bit. But it's not the greatest. Headroom's nice. Leg room definitely could be improved. And the seat cushion is pretty much flat to the floor. But other than that, it's a pretty good third row for smaller children. So let's go ahead and move on to the trunk. So opening the trunk, you can either open it from the key or from the interior, or just like that. Really good hydraulic struts. A power point is back here. And room back here is pretty nice. A coat hook on both sides. And you can fit something like your necessities or your purse. And you do have a nice MDX floor liner. Really nice. So just push the button to close, or you can grab on to that. And the trunk closes at a rather slower pace, but does the job just fine. Now opening the passenger door. You do have this nice storage cubby which you can fit things. Your glove box, of course. Your 8-way adjustable passenger seat, which is nice. Your speaker, your wood, and your locks. And overall, I love this MDX. Now thank you for watching this review, and let's go ahead and get along to the conclusion. As you can see, the MDX has really evolved in new technological advancements and design it as well. MDX is a big contender in this segment. The Acura lineup wouldn't be complete without the MDX. But even so, the MDX is superb new or used. Yes, there might be some drawbacks here and there, but I would definitely recommend this vehicle. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again.